Everyone, my name is Tim Stoddart, and in this week's video, I am going to be sharing with you the 3 myths of owning and operating a membership site. I have been getting so many inquiries recently about people who want to launch digital businesses or are thinking about creating a digital product, and the first thing they always go to is, I should start a membership site. And although I love membership sites and there's a lot of really great things about their businesses, there's also some really, really hard and difficult things about the business model of membership sites. And so in this video, I'm going to attempt to talk some of you out of creating a membership site, because I promise it is not that it's all cracked up to be. So these are the 3 myths of starting a membership site. Let's dive right in. First myth is that membership sites are passive income. This is a huge load of bullshit. Membership sites are not passive income. They take a lot of work. And in fact, out of all of the business models and products that you could create, they probably take the most work out of anything else I've ever done in order to be profitable. So the benefit of a membership site is that once you get to profitability, they're very scalable, because it doesn't take really a whole lot more work to serve 10,000 students or 10,000 members than it does to serve 100 members, right? So once you get the thing going, every single member that you add on up to a certain point is like all profit. And so the margins on membership sites can be very, very high, astronomically high if you get to that point. But the reality is a very, very small percentage of membership sites ever get to that point. And for the vast majority of membership sites, it is a ton of work. The reason is because you have to keep people fully engaged at all times in order for them to continue paying for a membership. You know, we're talking about daily content updates. We're talking about answering questions. We're talking about doing workshops and videos and meetings and accountability groups. So let me give you just a quick behind the scenes as everything that goes into our membership site. So I will be the first to admit that Charles, my partner in Copyblogger, does basically all of the work here. But I mean, we got comments every single day, questions every single day. Our our head of engagement, he does an accountability group once a month. And so he has to book it out in September. He has to record it. He has to upload the video. He has to do show notes on the video. In addition, there's a ton of DMs and messages, which I cannot keep up with. You know, luckily I have Charles, who is fully committed to being in the back end of this every day, but it's a lot of work. And the reality is that it took me 2.5 years to get Copyblogger Academy to the point where it was making any money at all. Not to mention the fact that it took me like another year, and it took me building a really great partnership to get to the point where Copyblogger Academy was making serious, serious profits. Take my word for it. It is not passive income. The vast majority of people who are thinking about a membership site shouldn't. It's not worth it. It's too much work. And the probability of you getting to that point where you're making, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $1 million a month just on a membership, it's a very low probability. You probably won't get there. But there are other options, which brings me to myth number 2. Okay, myth number 2 about owning a membership site is that monthly recurring revenue is good. So don't get it twisted. Recurring revenue is excellent. I would argue that when it comes to low tier or low dollar products like a membership site, I mean, membership sites can be expensive. Copyblogger Academy is relatively expensive. I think there's probably even membership sites that charge $1,000 a month, right? When you get to that kind of monthly recurring revenue, it's different. But most of the time, when people say monthly recurring revenue, they're talking about services. You know, so for Stodzy, for my lead generation agency, we charge minimum $2,500 a month, $25,000 a month if we're doing a PPC account. You know, it could be like $250,000 a month, right? Now we're talking about serious monthly recurring revenue. But in the example of a membership site, it usually doesn't make any sense, because even if you're a top tier product, so let's look at the example of Copyblogger Academy. There's this myth that monthly recurring revenue is like the holy grail. And I gave some examples in which monthly recurring revenue is great. But in order for people to seriously consider buying a membership site, this is $297 a year. I would consider Copyblogger Academy to be like on the more affordable side of membership sites, but nonetheless, $300 for a year, that's a commitment for a lot of people. So let's say you divide that by 12, that's $24.75 a year. So if I had the option of paying monthly, that'd be $24.75 per month per every student. Believe it or not, that is not nearly as advantageous as collecting the entire yearly payment up front. You're way better off even giving a discount. We give 3 months free for a yearly payment than it is to pray to God that people pay the full 12 months of $25 a month. The reality is the membership sites do have like kind of a high churn rate because in order to keep people engaged, you have to provide so much freaking value. I'm happy to say that we do have a very low churn rate, but nonetheless, people cancel. And so if taken the option, I'm always going to be getting the the yearly payment. Now, if you were to compare that to something like a product, just a one-time product. So this is one of my first products. Believe it or not, this product, Agency Clarity, I don't promote it anymore because we put so much freaking value inside the Copyblogger Academy that I just booked it as a agency building clarity. Okay. I just booked it into a product that comes with the membership because I'm insane. Nonetheless, this thing was generating like a sale a day at one point, and I was selling this thing for 99 bucks. Yeah, so now it just doesn't even go to the landing page anymore. So for $99, I can just sell it and be done with it. Once you create the product, in this case, it was a course. Once you just create the product, then there's nothing else to do. You just sell it and you put the money in your pocket and then you move on and you sell another one. So we're squashing the myth right here. Monthly recurring revenue is not better than just standard one-time revenue. In many cases, getting the full amount, even for a membership product for a year, is better than breaking it down into monthly payments. And even at that rate, you're still at a disadvantage because you could just sell the the thing like you could just create a product that you don't have to manage, you don't have to create engagement, you don't have to constantly provide value. You can just sell it one time and then be done with it and spend all of your time focusing on sales and marketing to facilitate the sales of the product. That brings me to myth number 3. And myth number 3 is that membership sites are easy to start. Oh my God, no, they're not. So we're talking about semantics here a little bit because there's some really great products that make it easy to start a membership site, right? Like I use Circle, circle.so. In my opinion, that's the best membership product. Skool, SKOOL.com is a new membership platform. There's a bunch of them, right? Like Podia can be a membership platform, and even Substack is a membership platform. So, okay, great. Like creating the membership product is relatively easy. But here's the hard part: nobody wants to join a club that nobody's a part of. And every product, every membership starts with 0 members. So, how do you get your first couple of members to join? And when they do join, how do you get them to stay, considering that like nobody's in there? And if nobody's in there, how do you get other members to join? Believe me, it is a one sale at a time, arduous, painstaking process. And you need a lot more than you think because the vast majority of people in your membership site, even people that are engaged and are absorbing your content, they're not participating. And if they're not participating and leaving comments and liking and creating engagement, maybe 10 to 20% of the people are going to really participate. So what's that mean? If there's 100 people actively participating, that means, you need 500, 1,000 members, somewhere in between there to create some real engagement. So pushing that boulder up the hill is so hard. It is so hard. And until you get that engagement, it's very, very difficult, almost impossible to see that kind of exponential growth, which I'm grateful to say we're seeing with Copyblogger Academy. So once again, I think it's a much better idea to create an a la carte product that you can just sell one time because although there is social proof involved with selling a product, there's still not this expectation of engagement and of popularity and of like coolness factor behind the scenes, behind the paywall of the membership. If somebody's going to buy your course, then they can just consume it on their own time. And it doesn't matter to them how many other people have bought the course or not. Now, granted that there's other sides of that, because if a lot of people buy the course and they tell their friends, and that creates social proof, and then more people are going to buy your course. So I'm not saying that that's irrelevant if you're creating an a la carte product. However, there are two huge extremes on how important these different factors are. So it is not true that it's easy to start a membership site. It's very easy to pay 99 bucks a month for a Circle account, but it is not easy to get the ball rolling and to get real engagement going. Okay, so let's review. Membership sites are not passive income. Monthly recurring revenue is not always better than a la carte payments or a yearly revenue. And membership sites are not easy to start. And anybody who's telling you that they're easy to start is probably trying to sell you a platform to a membership site, or they're trying to like sell you their own product on how to create a membership site or something like that. Like, they are so hard to start, without a doubt. Copyblogger Academy is the hardest thing I've ever done in business. Way harder than creating an agency, way harder than some of these like really complex deals and businesses I've invested in that have like infrastructure and rent and leases and all of that. It was so hard. And most of you watching this who are thinking of creating a membership site should not do it. You should create a course, you should create an ebook, you should get started with something that can build some momentum, and then you can maybe upgrade to the point where you have real scalability with a membership site. Until then, don't bother. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment. Please smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I'll talk to you next week. All right, peace.